Here we are. We're doing another segment of BBB Sharing, and we're excited to have two more team members to talk to the audience, talk to ABs, which are accredited business owners, and their team members. And we're talking also consumers. So I'm going to go right to it. I'm going to go to my right, and you can't see that on the podcast, but I can in the studio. And we'll let you introduce yourself.
Crystal Security, and I have been here, 16 years? General manager.
Your general manager is awesome. She is one loyal soldier to the BBB brand. And across from me,
hello, my name is Josh. I've been here for about 3 years, and I am the team developmental leader.
Very good. And to my left.
Hi, I'm Evie. I'm the concierge for Ignite Sparked by BBB.
Very good. So we're going to go to Josh first. Josh, what have you learned about the BBB brand since starting your job?
I feel like I learn pretty much everything new every day, but just knowing that there is a place for both businesses and consumers to shop somewhere and they don't have to worry about getting scammed or getting the rug pulled over them, just realizing that, if you shop accredited businesses, you don't have to really deal with that. And you don't have to worry about, someone just talking behind your back, trying to just take your money just for your money. That's pretty much, if there's anything else, there's just so many things running through my mind right now. I learned that the BBB was a much bigger thing than I thought coming over here. Being 22, you don't really think about things like, I need this done to my car. I don't need to do any home improvement because I used to live with my parents and I never really had to do that. Now living alone, I'm actually looking at home improvement, windows, AC, HVAC, cars. How can I, fix my car up and things? And just knowing who to go, you can feel like you're stranded in the desert. But BBB helps with that, and it kind of helps you path your way and figure out who you should shop, how you should shop. So
we're going to ask Crystal the same question, but first, this is a question for Evie. We're going to sidetrack.
Oh,
what is the biggest holiday that has scams and fraud attached to it?
Valentine's Day.
And today is Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Hope everybody be my Valentine. And Evie, I can't believe you've learned that in the short couple weeks you've been here. But it is something the consumer should know. And there's so many reasons, but we'll do a whole segment on that, Valentine's Day. But Crystal, what have you learned about the BBB brand? I can't even spell it, since starting with our team.
Oh, goodness. Since starting 16 years ago?
Yes.
I've learned, I think, the different aspects of it. So I've learned the consumer piece from when I started of just answering the telephones and hearing the things that are happening in the market with consumers. Some of the things that they're not aware of, making sure that contractors are licensed or things we can help with and things we can't help with. But then on the business end, learning the business side of it of, that's the story that we heard from the consumer through the complaint isn't necessarily what happened, or hearing from the business of the things that they're experiencing in the market. And then I think when you add BBB to that, kind of how we can help them bridge the gap, but then for the business, understand like what they need to do to be a successful business owner, but educate the consumer for their piece. How do they need to be a more successful consumer and educate themselves on what they need to do to be a good customer in the marketplace?
All right. And for both of you, what's the advantage for accredited businesses to become accredited businesses?
I would say a big one that I like is definitely the networking opportunity, being able to tell other businesses and consumers that you are accredited, holding that seal up that's been around since 1912, and that's just huge. I think that's just one of the biggest things that you can do as a business, and just holding yourself to that the standards that we have.
And they definitely don't take advantage of it enough.
No, I don't think they do. There's a lot of times where We'll talk about the seal, utilizing the seal, making sure people do utilize it. The clickable version that you can put on your website is a big one. There's not a lot that I see because when it comes to my job, I do talk to businesses, and I'm the one where you talk to take advantage of those things. And when I don't see that on the website, that just makes me a little mad. But
You bring up a great point, and that is, you bring up a good point, and Evie, thank you for asking that question, because you've learned that very quickly as a marketing person. And Josh has been working on with accredited businesses. It is a pet peeve of mine since I started. It's not just a seal you put on your showroom window or your restaurant window. It's something you put on your website. You put it in all your advertising dollars. There are just some companies that still do the same ad. They believe the name of their company is so important, and their relevancy in that type of business is going to attract people because they do a great ad. They're wasting maybe $5,000 or $10,000, in my opinion, because if they added the words "were BBB accredited" and put that out there in 3 seconds, they now differentiate themselves versus everybody else. Mm-hmm. So a plumber, electrician, lawyer, restaurant, therapist, whatever it is, bank. I saw a great bank commercial the other day, and they spent a lot of time taping the commercial. I applaud them for it, but they don't differentiate themselves. They're just another bank. And I know they're accredited. I know them well. And if they would just use the seal, I think that would cut through some clutter. And we're already spending the time and money telling consumers, seek out BBBs. And so you got to make it easy on them. So thank you.
I think one of the big things thinking of the seal as like maybe just like a ticket to, cool, you got the golden ticket, but you got to use that ticket to ride the ride. And if you don't use it, like, what are you doing?
You lose it.
I think they need to understand, and to all the accredited businesses out there, you bring value to your seal. You earned that. Like, I don't think you understand how valuable that is to have earned that seal and become trusted in the community.
100%.
So not using it is like not using the fact that you won Best Italian Restaurant in 2024. That's stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're starting to sound like me. You're very direct.
Sorry, Crystal.
You're fine. I think with the seal too, making sure on your website or social media that it's the dynamic version, not just a copy and paste, because that's the only way that we can actually track, the clicks that you've gotten or the hits that you've received through our website. So definitely use the coding.
What's the value you feel is so amazing for an accredited business?
The value that's so amazing. That's a loaded question.
I got the one answer. It's one of a kind. That's the amazing part. There's nobody like us. There's groups, there's BNI, Synapse, 212, EWI, all chambers, all amazing groups. I love them. I'm a member of everything. We support everybody in the community, but we're one of a kind. We are not really charging for much. By the time they offset the outreach we do, the tracking we do, and everything we offer with our CRM system, and we have to buy the licensing every year from IABBB, it's not a very big value investment when you're getting a brand that's one of a kind. So for the small amount that companies are paying us, it's a drop in the bucket compared to some of these other groups out there. So sorry, Crystal. As usual, I always jump in. Sorry, Evie. So what do you feel is amazing out there with our brand?
What's amazing with our brand, that you're buying into the setting yourself apart from other businesses in your industry, other companies in the community. You're making sure that the community is aware that you're starting ahead of the game. You're starting with trust. You're transparent. You're not trying to scam anybody. You're doing stuff by the book. You're licensed. You're willing to go above and beyond for your consumers. You're going to be doing the right thing, and you're not going to be cutting corners along the way.
So it sounds like integrity, trust, and respect goes right into our brand. That's where I want to start. So thanks for joining, sharing. Josh and Crystal, Evie, as usual, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
And we encourage anybody to listen to this segment, give Evie a call or email her And Evie, you like to bring up one thing about our social media. Go ahead.
Yes, please give us some love. Follow us at Ignite Spark by BBB Central Virginia on Instagram and Facebook. Like and repost for us, and more than welcome to comment.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.